And we're back with the breaking news. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer telling CNN's Manu Raju that he is meeting with Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin right now in the hopes of striking a deal for the bailout package, the economic injection into the economy. This comes after the Senate failed to advance that $2 trillion relief bill for coronavirus, with all Democrats voting against it, except for one, Alabama Democratic Senator Doug Jones, who joins us now. Senator, you joined with Republicans today. You voted against the bill, debating it yesterday.
Right.
Why the change?
Because I think there's been great progress, Jake. That is exactly what the message has been from everybody on both sides. We've made progress. That was the message that I wanted to get yesterday because, quite frankly, I think we had had about a 24-hour period where there was no progress, where Senator McConnell pulled his people off to write a bill. And there was very little progress taking place in the 24 hours before. But there has been significant progress in the last 24 hours. Everybody recognizes that, and everybody believes they're going to get it done. I believe that we needed to really send a message to the American people and to both sides of the aisle that the clock is ticking, that we need to get this done, and we need to get it done now. And the best way to do that is to proceed.
And just to be clear, this is just a vote that would allow debate on the bill. There would be 30 hours of debate and additions
Correct.
and subtractions. So are your fellow Democrats just playing political games?
No, I don't think that the Democrats are playing games at all any more than Senator McConnell is playing political games. We shouldn't have taken this vote, Jake. Everybody knew this vote was going to fail. They should have just stayed behind closed doors and continue to work until we have a deal. Because when we have a deal, you're going to get overwhelming Republican and Democratic support, and we're going to waive a lot of the procedural rules. We're not going to have 30 hours of debate if we can get this deal done. We're going to get it done. We're going to send it to the House and hope they can get it done quickly and get it to the president's desk. This is just not the way the Senate is supposed to operate. I mean, we should not be doing things like this and taking these silly votes that are going to fail. We need to continue to work. And by the way, you know, the other thing, the biggest complaint I've got, no one should see my vote today on a motion to proceed saying we've got great progress. No one should see that as a vote of yes on a final package. The problem is we don't know what it's looking at. We're wanting to proceed on something we don't even know what it is. It's just games on both sides right now, to be honest with you.
Well, and that's my point. I mean, you said Democrats aren't playing games any more than Mitch McConnell is, but then you described ways in which you think Mitch McConnell's playing games. So games on both sides. Let's move into the substance of the bill. Your fellow Democratic Senator Chris Murphy said that the bill as it stands right now would bail out corporations and not solve the public health crisis going on. Is he wrong?
I think that there is more money that is being put. As I understand it, more money will be being put into the public health crisis. I think it's the bill that was originally done on Friday would not have solved the public health crisis. I don't think it's solving that. I don't think it's helping city and state governments. Republicans seem to be pushing back on that, something I've really, really been pushing on. The biggest problem that we're seeing, and I see this as a huge problem, is a $500 billion fund that will go to the Secretary of the Treasury to basically do what the heck he wants to with it without even notifying or telling anybody or having any transparency. I think we're making progress on getting more money to hospitals and healthcare providers. I think we're making progress on getting funds to local governments because they're hemorrhaging right now. They are on the front lines. They are bleeding just like businesses that we've got to do something with. And I think we hopefully are going to be making progress on some transparency of $500 billion of taxpayer money and how it will be spent.
What do you say to the American people who are watching this all play out and say, they think to themselves, even in a pandemic, with the death toll is basically doubling every 2 days, Congress can't get its act together? I
tell them to go to the window and pull an old Howard Beale from the movie Network and scream, we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. We got to get this thing done. We got to make sure that both sides of the aisle come together, and they are coming together. I don't want there to be any misconception with these games that are being played with votes back and forth. There is a lot of work going on and a lot of progress is being made. We are behind the curve on that progress because it was done so much behind closed doors for the first week that we were here, for the first 4 or 5 days. I really believe on everything I'm hearing, and I just got some emails as I was sitting here waiting on you, that great progress is being made. We just need to get it done, and we need to get a bill on the floor that we can get 80, 90, or 100 votes on, and let's get on and get it to the House and get it signed by the president.
All right, there are a lot of people hurting out there, as I know you know. Democratic Senator Doug Jones of Alabama, thanks so much for your time.
My pleasure.